Finding and setting the level of the mic pre on a traditional console is usually not that big of a deal. However, knowing where to set that mic pre level is a bit of a mystery because it's always a compromise between maximum headroom and maximum fidelity. If you're a musician playing in the band, it can be difficult to stop and manage that if things all of a sudden get really loud and out of hand. So the M20d takes care of all of that for you with a really powerful feature called Auto Trim. If you enable it, it will listen to all the signals coming into the mixer and set those values accordingly for you. Not only that, with a feature called Trim Tracking, it will keep listening and turn those levels down if things get too hot, allowing you to continue to be a musician. So let me show you how that works. There are a couple of different places to see the mic pre input trim value on the M20d. The first would be on each individual tweak page on the input tab. So you can see this channel here is set to 40 dB of gain. Or if you'd like, you can see all of the channels on the console at the same time by changing the parameter that the encoder is currently controlling. And you do that by pressing there and changing it to trim. And so now the knobs are controlling the trim values for the mic pre's, not controlling the channel faders. But you'll probably never need to do that because of the console's auto trim feature. So let me push play. And you can see that I've got some level problems here. I've got a bunch of clipping happening on these channels. Now I could go through and change those myself, but I'm going to have the console do it for me. I'm going to press the auto trim button, choose the channels that I'd like it to analyze for me, and say analyze. And the console will go through and listen to each channel individually and set the trim value to the place it should be set for optimum headroom and protection from clipping. And when it does that, it will also tell me how much it changed those values. So you can see that it moved the kick down 13 dB, snare down 12, moved the room up actually a dB, and you can tell it to confirm those changes. And now you have something that looks a lot more normal and natural for the level settings there on the channels. Now, not only that, check this out. If you go to the tweak page, you'll see there's a button for trim tracking. With that enabled on each individual channel, the console will continue to listen to the trim value. And if it gets out of hand and begins to clip, it will lower the trim value again. So you'll never need to even look at the trim value for the mic pre anyway.